Nominees for FIFA Women's World Player of the Year. Carli LLOYD, USA. MIYAMA, Japan. Celia SASIC, Germany. Who will be the FIFA Women's World Player of the Year 2015?
That's a very good question. Don't know yet. We'll find out a little bit later on. Welcome to the FIFA Women's World Player of the Year press talk here at the Congress House in Zurich at the FIFA Ballon d'Or. My name's Jackie Oakley. I'm a broadcaster from the UK. Well, 2015 was a significant milestone in the development of the women's game with the FIFA Women's World Cup, which was watched by more television viewers around the world than any previous tournament in the women's game. As we've seen, all three nominees made a significant contribution to the Women's World Cup. A reminder to you that they were voted for by the women's national team coaches and the women's national team captains and selected expert media from around the world. And that was for the period of November 2014 until October 2015. So I'm going to bring the three nominees onto the stage. They are, in alphabetical order, Carli LLOYD, the United States team captain, MIYAMA from Japan, and Celia SASIC, formerly of Germany. Well, congratulations to the three of you for being nominated. I'm going to put a couple of questions to the three nominees, and then we're going to take one each from, well, three, but one each from social media. And then please do put up your hand when it's your turn to ask questions, for one question to each player, if you will. There will be time, plenty of time for that. So first of all, Carli, an extraordinary year for you personally, captaining the United States to World Cup glory, scoring a hat-trick in the final, as we saw, including one for the halfway line. But what does it mean to you to be nominated and down to the final three for the first time with this award?
It's a tremendous honor. I'm sitting alongside of some great soccer players, and you know, I know we've faced Japan the last three major tournaments, and they've given us a hard game at each of those tournaments. So it's honestly just an honor to be here. It's a it's a dream. It's every footballer's dream to be in the top three.
Yeah, a similar question to you, reaching the World Cup final again. What does it mean to you to be down to the last three of the shortlist for this award?
Thank you. This is truly an honor. And also together with these two people being sandwiched in between. And that really makes me feel that I would like to continue playing against them.
I'm sure you would like to continue playing against them. Well, unfortunately, you might have to go to Celia's back garden because she has now retired from football altogether, bowing out at the World Cup last year. But it wasn't a bad career, was it? Retiring at the age of 27, you in the semi-finals of the World Cup in Canada, you won the Golden Boot there, Germany Player of the Year, Europe's Player of the Year last year, top scorer in UEFA Women's Champions League with a record equaling 14 goals. Tell us your reaction to being nominated for this award.
Yeah.
Auch für mich ist es eine Riesenehre.
It's a huge honor. I've never dreamt that this might be possible. I might be sitting here on the stage someday. Therefore, I'm very, very happy. And I'm very happy to be alongside such great players, outstanding players, and to be able to enjoy the event.
Carli, you're known for being a big game player, not too many. You're the only second person really to score a hat-trick in any World Cup final. And the manner that you did it, and also scoring winning goals in consecutive Olympics finals as well. People always look to you as being a big game player. What is it about you that makes you step up on the big occasion, do you think?
Well, I think it's just being mentally prepared. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, physical preparation obviously gets you there, keeps you there, but I think just being mentally strong and mentally tough and visualizing and being ready and focused has played a huge part in my career. And there's like a switch that goes off when there's crunch situations and my team needs me and it's, you know, lose or go home. I'm ready for it, and I thrive in those moments.
But so few people actually have that, don't they? That switch, as you describe it, to turn it on the big occasion rather than to shrink. So where does that come from? You talk about preparation. Is it mental training as much as physical?
I think it's a combination of both. I think, you know, throughout my career, nothing's been handed to me. I've had to work for every single moment. I've had good moments. I've had bad moments. I've had frustrating moments. But there's been glorious moments as well, and I think you learn more in your failures than you do in your success. And for me, I try to take a positive approach through every situation that I go through, good and bad, and you know, just being able to mentally prepare and be tough enough to get through those things.
Aya, what does it mean to you to be the second Japanese player to be nominated for this award and the third from Asia?
Yes, of course. The first one was my friend Sawa, and she's retired. And succeeding, following her footsteps, being able to be on here is such an honor. This is just wonderful, truly wonderful.
Yes, and the game's going to miss Hamari Sawa, of course, only recently retired, going to 6 World Cups, an absolutely phenomenal player. And Celia, how difficult a decision was it for you to retire, given that you went out at a World Cup semi-final, which by Germany standards would count as a disappointment, not to the rest of us, of course, but just by Germany standards?
Well, definitely not. Of course, it was a disappointment because we wanted to progress to the final, but my decision was not linked to the semi-finals bow out. It really had to do with a longer process that took place, and it was a result of that process. And the decision, I came to that decision after that process, and therefore I really enjoyed being part of this World Cup, and it was a great World Cup for me.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're going to have some questions now from social media, which will come up on the screen in the auditorium. First of all, to Carli. This is from Leanne Brown, who is a huge women's football fan from the UK. She has got in touch via Twitter, and she says, where do you keep your World Cup winning medal? It's in good company, isn't it?
It is, it is. I keep it with my other 2 Olympic gold medals, just in my safe. Pretty boring place, but eventually when I retire, I'll probably put them all in a frame and display them.
Yeah, it's a good job you said in your safe, because if you'd have said it's just go in the front door of my house, turn right, and it's just on the wall, then you might not be seeing them again, hey? This one is for Aya from NorCal Valley, from the Bay Area of San Francisco, on Twitter. Japan was a dark horse until the great 2011 World Cup victory. What's changed since then in Japanese women's football?
Thank you. In 2011 World Cup, it was such a huge thing. The Japan, of course, suffered a great earthquake. And we, as a female soccer team, we really wanted to do something for Japan. And then we achieved something great. And then that actually forced us to make more effort to follow that achievement we had already made.
Yes, you followed it up pretty well, didn't you, with a final in London at the Olympics, and also getting to the semi-finals of the final of the World Cup. Now to Celia from Jana Kulla on Facebook. What would it mean to win this award, specifically now that you have retired?
quite independently of the situation in which you are receiving this award is a great achievement in itself. And every footballer dreams of being awarded such a prize. And that is quite independent of the fact of whether one is still playing or not. It's just a great honor to achieve such an award, receive it.
Fantastic. Well, any questions from the floor? If you wouldn't mind waiting for a microphone to reach you after putting up your hand, please. There are a couple of FIFA colleagues in the audience, and if you wouldn't mind saying your name, which organisation you're from, and to which player the question is directed, please. Yeah, we have a question down here.
Hello, question for Carli LLOYD. What is most important, the title with the USA team or the title individual for you?
Well, that's a really tough question. I think they're very different. It's like asking what's better, the Olympics or the World Cup. I think they're both amazing, and I'm standing up here, and that's a result of my incredible teammates around me. It took all 23 players to win at the World Cup, but for me personally, this individual award and honor would be a dream come true. It's every footballer's dream to be sitting up here as one of the 3 finalists and going on to win it. So both are incredible.
And go hand in hand, of course, winning the World Cup. Kind of helps you win the individual award, I would imagine. Any more questions from the floor, please? Yes, gentleman here. If you wouldn't mind giving us your name and your organisation, please. Thank you.
Chris Blattmann, Frauenfußballmagazin Celia.
Celia, question for you. In Monte Carlo, you mentioned that you had the best job that you could possibly think of, and now after the career awards are being given to you, nominations, are there moments where you kind of had second thoughts about your retirement? Well, it is the best job indeed. That's a statement that was very true. And you have an opportunity as a striker to score many goals. That is what really thrilled me about the sports and about my position in the team. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't have any hind thoughts or any second thoughts. That was a decision that really grew over time, and that was then really decided in a very precise way for myself. And now, of course, I didn't expect to receive awards and receive these prizes, but this is quite a reward for me, yes.
Okay, any more questions from the floor? Please raise your hand. Yes, over there. There's a microphone just there. Please again give us your name and organisation and who the question is to. Thank you.
Hello, German television ARD, Christine Becker. This is a question for Celia. Hi, Celia. I ask in German or in English?
As you wish.
Oh, okay. I ask in English, but you can answer in German. I would prefer. Vielleicht noch mal eine kleine Zusammenfassung für uns.
Summary for us now in this context of your great, outstanding career. If you were to receive this award tonight, would that be kind of like the cherry on the icing on the cake? Or are you nervous about that? Or what is your feelings? What are your feelings right now? Of course, I'm nervous, given the whole context here, these days in Zurich, the events surrounding the event. That's not something that you experience commonly, but I try to really focus on the moment, to enjoy the moment, to experience it as intensively as possible, because I don't believe that I will be ever afforded a second opportunity to be here. Therefore, I just try to enjoy it. I'm relaxed about it, and it is a very, very special event. It's a great moment for me.
Any more questions from the floor? Just while you're thinking about it, now that Hamari Sawa has retired, just let us know how many other leaders you have in the Japan side, and do you have many great young players coming through?
Well, Sawa, Homare, and there are so many truly fantastic predecessors, and then they left fantastic results, and that is the reason why we are here. And then there are quite a few sort of top players within the team.
Yep, they're not too bad, are they? Got a few decent players in there. Any more questions from the floor? Otherwise, I'm quite happy to keep asking questions on your behalf, but you have come a long way, a lot of you, for this ceremony. Nobody bursting to ask one at the moment? Okay. Celia, you're still since you retired, and what are your plans for the future?
Am Anfang hatte ich noch ziemlich viel zu tun, viele Termine, man ging einfach über, das war nach dem Turnier, da waren noch viele Anfragen, dann kamen halt noch die Ehrungen und da war man irgendwie noch mittendrin und hatte eigentlich noch gar nicht das Gefühl, dass man
in the flow of it, in the mix, and I didn't have the impression that I was really free in any way in that sense. And then there was a phase where I started doing things that I hadn't been able to do in the last couple of years, visiting my family, seeing friends more often, enjoying moments that in previous times where would have only been possible at weekends where normally I didn't have any time, and also to take up studies again and finish my studies, obtain a degree, and then smaller projects that are fun to do and pose a new challenge for me.
Yeah, all your weekends free now, you can do whatever you like. Carli, you've been pretty busy, as have the rest of the United States squad, and we can only imagine what it was like for you lot. You had all that pressure to win the World Cup. We heard all about it during it, and your coach Jill Ellis talked about being in the bubble, trying not to think about it. Finally, you won the World Cup for the first time in 16 years. What did it mean back home in America when you got there? What was your reaction? And tell us what it was like to go to the White House as well, for example.
It's been pretty surreal. A lot of us haven't stopped since the World Cup. We've just been kind of riding this wave, but obviously we have Olympic preparations to get ready for. February's qualifying for us. But it's been spectacular. We had a parade in New York City, and the streets were lined up with fans chanting our names in red, white, and blue, just to see the support back home. And not only back home, but during the games as well. I mean, we had so many U.S. fans there, packing the stadiums. It was incredible. Being able to go to the White House, meet the president. It's been surreal, and it was one of the biggest stages. Fox for us was doing amazing coverage, and we kept to our bubble, and we made it happen.
We know that you personally are a big game player, but of course you did have pressure as well. So where do you draw the line between support from people back home, caring, watching on the television, tweeting you, contacting you on Facebook, and the pressure that results from that?
It's tough. It's tough to shut off the world. I know for me, I go into this super uber competitive mode. I don't let any distractions get in my way. So therefore, I don't have family and friends come to watch the games. It's kind of my thing. And ever since I've done that, we've won. So it's a good way for me to fully focus, not have to worry about them. I can do my thing. I can, recover. I can get focused for the next game, but it's tough, especially with social media these days, to be able to shut out the world. It's not easy when you've got people doubting you and you've got people being very critical. But I think it's also a good thing because the women's game has come a long way, and people are talking about the tactics part of it, which is what we want.
Yeah, and the social media side of things quite good when you actually win a World Cup, I would imagine.
Yes, it was tremendous.
It went pop, probably. Yeah. Aya, you're known for your sporting behaviour. We saw you going to see Camille Abeli after she lost the semi-finals of the Olympics in London. How important is it for you from that point of view, that side of the game, to be a sporting role model to people back home and people watching on television?
Well, football matches, there are winners and there are losers, of course. But it takes two. A match takes two. So the winners look beautiful because of or thanks to the losers. So we have to recognize each other. I think that is the most important thing in the world of football or sports.
Okay, and Celia, final question. How do you assess this Germany side now in your absence, going forwards, going on towards the Olympics, and then with a new coach next year in Steffi Jones?
Ja, also ich glaube, dass wir in Deutschland eigentlich ganz gut aufgestellt sind.
Excellent team in Germany. Also, when it comes to the development of young talent, of course, you always have to continue to work and develop the team. As we saw at the last World Cup, other nations have really caught up. They have really developed very fast, and very often the matches don't pan out the way you envisage. But I think since the European Championship, we have been able to integrate new players, young players into the team who at a very young age already have 2 separate tournaments to their credit. And I think that is a lot of experience, and that will be a great input for the development, the overall development. I believe that a lot can be expected still, and we hope that the team will do very well at the Olympics. And of course, we still have to come back after a tournament, find our rhythm again, and work on certain aspects that perhaps didn't work out that well during the last tournament. But I'm familiar with a team of coaches, and I know that they're always 100% focused on the task ahead and to try to really tackle those and pinpoint those problems that still exist. And therefore, I'm really looking forward to what is going to happen in summer. And also when Steffi then takes over the head coach post, I think that's the right direction for the team, yes.
And then you're going to carry on trying to win the Euros again and again and again and again, as you seem to do every time. Congratulations on a fantastic career, Celia. Thanks to all 3 of you. Good luck later. Just to let you know, as you're probably already aware, that the Men's Coach of the Year ceremony, press briefing, I should say, has been cancelled because Luis Enrique and Pep Guardiola can't make it to Zurich. So there will be a high-resolution quality interview with the Chile coach, Jorge Sampaoli, available now already online via FIFA.com and the YouTube channel. If you wish to watch that and take your quotes from there, well, the next press talk will start here at 3:45 Central European time. My colleague James Richardson will present the nominees for the FIFA Ballon d'Or 2015. So thanks very much to you 3 and good luck later on.
Thank you.
Yes, sure.